ticket to catch this flight. We're boarding out to wherever you like, yeah. We can get lost in these melodies from heaven, and you can have everything you've ever imagined. Talking about music, change those feelings of hate into feelings of love.
Welcome to another episode of the Culture Shock Podcast. I'm your host, X Scott.
And I am his co-host, G Scott. What it do, people?
We in the building, man. Listen, again, we will appreciate everybody for season one. You know, we thank you. We're grateful. We're truly humbled by it.
The love,
man, was just overwhelming. So, you know, you guys are continuing to support, the Culture Shock Podcast, man, and we're just going to keep continuing to give you guys a lot of great content like we always has done.
Factual content.
Exactly.
Season 2, man.
We're in season 2 now.
Season 2, baby. What a blessing, man. What a blessing.
Man, what a blessing, man. You know, we want to shout out our sponsors, man. This episode is, sponsored by the Wall Street Cafe, located on 118 West Washington Street, downtown Suffolk. And they specialize in, excellence, power, black business, and just want to make sure it's for all people. So they wanted to let you guys know to come enjoy the amazing signature coffee, the frappuccinos, the smoothies, the refreshments, the sandwiches, the wraps, the wings, and don't forget about the Banana Queen's banana pudding.
Hey, dope place, man.
Dope place. And they they say on top of great food, it's a great establishment to conduct business meetups, bring a friend or two. They monitor stocks, have free investing education classes with their Forex Mondays and their Real Estate Wednesdays. So they want you to visit their website at www.wallstreetcafeva.com.
Right here in Suffolk, right?
Right here in Suffolk, Virginia, man. Right here in Suffolk, Virginia. So that's the Wall Street Cafe on 118 West Washington Street, right downtown in Suffolk.
And, of course, guys, Cover 3 Foundation, fighting childhood hunger at an all-time high. And our daily bread, guys, please check it out on Tubi right now, which is a streaming service. Just a wonderful gathering of people to come together to talk about the life of Greg Scott, myself, and the ups and downs, the NFL, bankruptcy, philanthropy, all of the wonderful stuff, and the wonderful people that helped me along the way. So go out there and check that thing out on Tubi, guys. Great documentary we put together.
It's great, man.
We blessed, man. Hey, we got a super dope guest today, man.
Yeah, and we wanted, before we get into the introduction of, our guest today, we just wanted to let you guys know everything that we have in common. Mm-hmm. So we're all from this place in southeastern Virginia that's called Western Tidewater.
Hotbed
for talent, hotbed for a lot of things, man. We from a place that's called Western Tidewater. And, athletics and sports-wise and everything else is concerned, people, look at Western Tidewater like, man, you guys are way out west and, you guys, it's a far drive, but the drive is still only like 30, 40 minutes. But
it's not bad at all.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why people look at it like, you guys are way out there. But in the athletic realm of things, as far as the conversation is concerned, there's not a lot of talk and a lot of chatter when it's come to recruiting when we talk in Western Tidewater versus Tidewater. Mm-hmm. So, and for the people that don't know, because we have listeners all around the world, man, right now we're in 7 countries and we're grateful for it. But for the people that don't know, let me give you a small description. The area is basically comprised of 7 cities, and that's, comprised of the Tidewater area. But the Tidewater area is not inside of a county. Mm-hmm. So it's cut into 7 pieces, basically separated one area into 7 localities, which is 7 cities. And, Suffolk and, Franklin is considered, Western Tidewater. Right. So that's the furthest cities out from the other cities. So when we talking, the talent in Western Tidewater, to be honest with you, it's superb. It's elite.
It speaks for itself.
It speaks for itself because there has been individuals who's come out of Western Tidewater and went all the way in their respective sport. Mm-hmm. We're talking baseball, we're talking basketball, and we're talking football. So, of course, obviously, Greg and myself and our guests from the Western Tidewater and we have in common, football.
Right, no
And
doubt.
all of us was fortunate enough to do our thing and take it all the way. Some was longer, some was shorter.
Right.
But it still actually happened. But we just want to bring, a lot of light and shed a little more light on areas like Western Tidewater around the world,
Right.
that this too can be possible for you.
Yeah, exactly. You got to know that it can happen, man. We have a long list of guys that have come through and been able to stay focused enough to, carry out their childhood dream, man, in their respective sport. And a lot of people that have just done great things as well academically, you know what I'm saying? Our guest, was a very smart, individual. I had a chance to see this young man grow from Kings Ford High School. I didn't coach him directly, but I was a part of that coaching staff during the time where he came through Kings Ford. And, man, I knew immediately, like, hey, that young man different.
He's different.
He's different. I had been to the NFL, stayed 4.5 years, 5 years, and once you get a chance to see what it looks like, you immediately can come back to the college ranks and the high school ranks and see kids that like, hey, he fits the pedigree.
Absolutely,
yeah,
absolutely.
He fits the pedigree. So I had a chance to see Charles Clark. Ooh, our guest. I threw that out there early. But, hey, welcome to the show. We haven't introduced him just yet. We're still talking about him, but that was my slip-up. But I had a chance to see this young man grow from a very young age. He went on off to Virginia Tech to do great things. Again, young people that are listening to our Culture Shock podcast, he did it academically, and he also did it on the field of play. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you continue to try to, pave that path for yourself as well. He took care of both sides of the book.
He took care of both sides because, again, we, always see, kids that want to concentrate strictly on whatever the athletic is, and they kind of neglect the academic part of it.
Right.
But, however, we forget that it all goes together. You have to, perform in a classroom in order to even be eligible to, participate in your said sport.
One hand washes the other.
One hand washes the other, man.
You gotta have them both.
Right, and they go together, man. And we have to make sure that we, take more initiative as adults to make sure we instill academics in the children a little more.
Right.
Because, we was coming through, we was on a 5 to 7 point grading scale. Right. So it was a little more difficult at that period of time. But now, the kids are on a 10-point grading scale. So I'm just saying to myself, if you have below a 3.0, it's really no excuse.
Yeah, how can you not be a little bit more successful on that 10-point grading scale? Like you said, it was tough coming through for us. But we made it through. Again, our guest was, an academic All-American, I want to say. I know the young man was brilliant. I saw at a high school age how he would pick up on defenses and coverages and just be able to direct his teammates. So he was a step ahead, man, and he showed you that on and off the field, So we're just proud of the young man so much, man, to see his growth throughout the NFL and the time that he's been in there and to grow into a starter. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He's out here putting in work, and he's representing his family well.
Absolutely. So, listen, Culture Shock, without further ado, we want to introduce you to someone who's very near and dear to us, who's very near and dear to our area. We love this young man. We want to introduce you to the famous, from the Baltimore Ravens, starting safety, Chuck Clark.
Yeah, appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate that introduction. But, for real. But nah, I really want to say appreciate what y'all doing as far as y'all's whole movement, what y'all doing for Suffolk. I can sit here and say that I've done things back home with guys, and those guys might be from Virginia Beach or Chesapeake and whatnot, Newport News, across the water, doing things with guys. But this is actually my first time partnering up with somebody and doing something from Suffolk, my home, our home, where we're from. And just to hear y'all get up there and mention businesses that are in downtown Suffolk and putting them out, just going to college and being with guys that are from that area, and they're from a different city, but they're like, man, y'all from Suffolk, y'all out the way. So just hearing y'all putting those businesses on and just repping for the area, man, that means so much, and just appreciate what y'all doing for Suffolk. Honestly.
Man, no problem, Chuck, because that's our whole goal, man. Because just to give you a little synopsis of the Culture Shock. Basically, we wanted to come up with a situation, a platform to convey to the world, man, and shine a light on everything that's shocking culture.
Right.
So, by putting, businesses and individuals, on out there to the public eye, so everybody can, see and have basically a grasp on you, people like yourself and other individuals and businesses. That's basically was our goal, because we wanted to, introduce everything that we know that the world don't know yet.
Right.
We wanted to introduce that to the world, man. So that's, basically our whole idea of culture shock, man, because it's exactly what it is. It's an individual or entity that's out here in the world shocking culture.
Yeah, moving the needle, man, making things happen, being recognized for giving out a positive atmosphere, man. So that was our whole movement behind it, man. So again, we thank you for coming on to the show, man, rocking it with us, man. What is life like? And I know we're going to get into your history a little bit, but just a real quick question. What is life like for Charles Clark now? What is life like for the starting safety for the Baltimore Ravens? You have no idea, young man, when I turn on that TV.
Right.
And get a chance to see you out there. Like, man, I had a chance to meet this kid when he was 15, 16, 17 years old, man, and to see you out there balling at an all-time high, man. What's life like for Charles Clark these days, man?
Man, right now, it's off-season mode, so recovering, resting, getting the body back right, and about to tap back into training here real soon. So I've been on, house mode, low key with the daughter, with my wife, just getting back right and taking in that time that I've missed this year, just dealing with everything with COVID and playing football.
Wow.
It's a little more precaution that go into it as far as being away from home. So getting back into that home mode for a little bit before it's really time to tune it back up, because it's really a year-round type thing.
Absolutely.
You get about a month and a half down, but it's dang near a year-round type thing.
Yeah, it is, man.
No time off, man.
I learned that as well during my time. Like, those who are going to be super successful like you have been, you got to put the time in all year, man. That's what separates yourself from the pack, man. So heads off to you, man.
Absolutely. And, for our listeners as well, man, let's just start, for the beginning, Chuck, man, because – again, like me and Greg conveyed earlier in our introduction, man, a lot of people, not just our area, but this happens all over the country. If your area really isn't too populated, so to speak, metropolitan or urban, so to speak, certain areas and certain talents tend to get overlooked. So just convey to our Culture Shock fans who's tuning in, what was it like, in Pop Warner, in middle school and high school, coming up from where you from, and to get not to go too fast, but just let the listeners know what was it like coming from a city like Suffolk.
The childhood,
right?
Yeah, I've seen so much talent in that area, and it's sad because honestly, we'll go to camps, where it's more guys and it's a bigger area, it's more populated. We kind of get overlooked, and because you're from Suffolk, or they're like the country, you know what I'm saying? They out the way. But just for me personally, it was like I would go to those camps, or I would be at these games, jamborees, whatever sport it was, baseball, basketball, football, and I knew that I had to stand out. But I knew what I wanted to do as well, and that what I wanted to do was play professional sports. And whether that was baseball or football, I didn't know. But you always hear that it's that 1%, or that 1% only going to make it. And for me, I used to be like, well, why can't I be that 1%? You know what I'm saying? Or I'm going to be that 1%.
Absolutely.
It was nothing telling me that I was not going to be that 1%. And I think that's the thing, too, with stuff where, sometimes we not funneling back into our community, our resources. And, the kids, once they get a little bit older, they just get, they get distracted and go the opposite way. Right. And we got the talent that matches up in all areas, male, female, the arts, music, sports, whatever it is. And we kind of we stray away from it. But it's talent there, and we can match up with the best stuff.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. Because I say it all of the time, Chuck. It's crazy how you have recruiters or whatever that's supposed to be doing their job. And I'm not knocking the recruiters, not one bit. Don't get me wrong, because hey, all of us come from, again, the western part of the Tidewater, but I can also say and Greg can also testify as to that as well. Damn near every school in the nation recruited myself and Greg. So, but my thing with that is, you know, it doesn't happen often.
Right.
Okay, it's going to be a Chuck Clark that's going to come from you know, out the rough. It's going to be a Greg Scott that's going to come from out the rough, meaning a diamond out the rough. It's going to be a Xavier Scott that's going to come and be a diamond out the rough. But my thing is, okay, when you recruit us, it's still other kids just like us.
Right.
So the consistency, that's the issue that I have when it comes to the recruiting process. Now, you're gonna hear about a Chuck Clark. So of course, obviously, all the schools are gonna come. But when Chuck Clark's graduate high school and leaves, the recruiters from that same institution don't come back.
Right. It seems like it drops off.
It drops off. So
now, then on the flip side of that, I will say, I think, you know, because being that our area is, like you say, Western Tide, it's not as populated as, say, Fredericksburg or D.C. or, you know, or Charlotte, North Carolina.
Or Virginia Beach.
Yeah, you know, but you have those type of stories, you know, happen a little less in our area because, like you said, we are the diamonds in the rough.
Yep.
A lot of guys can, you know, play the sport, guys, but it takes another level to be able to do this, to have an institution want to invest in you and bring you to their school. Yeah. You know, so I think that sets apart the difference between us and some of the other guys in our area. We had a plan.
Absolutely.
That's what set us apart. You know, we had a plan. Some guys just play the sport just to do it as recreation. Like, my goal was to always, like, yo, this is a way out for me.
Yep.
This is not recreation or fun for me.
Yeah.
This is my, you know, this is my vision, my passion. This is my way out.
It wasn't a plan B.
Yeah, it was, at that time, at the young age, it was no plan B.
It was no plan B. This is going to work.
Yeah, you had to make plan A work. So, man, again, to have us all go through that and be a blast and, you know, leave our legacy in, you know, the Western Tide area is beautiful. But
beautiful.
Chuck, let me ask you a question, Chuck. So you leave, you have an outstanding high school career at Kingsford High School. Of course, that's where you matriculated as far as middle school and high school, I think. You went to elementary school in Suffolk as well, Chuck?
No, I actually went to elementary out in Portsmouth.
Gotcha. Okay, so you came to the area. So you both have an outstanding academic, and because I remember you being, I was correct about that. I remember you being super smart. You also had outstanding grades at Kingsford, man.
That's important.
Hands off to you on that, because reverting back to the young Greg Scott, hey, I did what it took to be necessary to be eligible. You know what I'm saying? Just let me get out there, man. But again, to you, hats off for that. But so you have an outstanding academic and football career at Kingsford High School here in Suffolk. You earn an athletic scholarship to Virginia Tech. What's it like up at Virginia Tech? I've been up there a couple times, know a lot of people. Of course, me and Vic played together back in the day. You know, we were in the NFL around the same time, played on the same high school. All-Star game here in 98. But what was life like at Virginia Tech, because I know coming from Suffolk, you know, we're used to the country vibe out here. Is Virginia Tech another step towards the country away, or, you know, how did you adjust out there?
I can definitely say Virginia Tech was definitely in the country. I mean, you get off the highway.
Right.
As soon as you get off the highway, the first thing you see about the school is cow farm right there. So, I mean, that pretty much tell you everything.
Exactly.
That's what the opposing teams seeing when they come in. But,
that's right.
Man, it was a family place for real, and that's what got me there. The coaches, they were pretty much there all my career there. We lost our head coach, Coach Beamer, my senior year. He ended up leaving. It was the right thing for him to do at the time. You know, just go ahead and step away from the game. But Virginia Tech for me, man, it was back to ground zero. I went there, you know what I'm saying, and I want the man no more. You know, I was a 3-star recruit, came in with 5 stars, 4-star recruits. You know what I'm saying. So those guys, they getting their playing time, and we already got starters at my position. So that whole summer transition into my first year, I'm like, man, what am I going to do? Like, am I about to get red-shirted? So I didn't know nothing.
Right.
Our first game is against Alabama down in Georgia Dome, down there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So we're going down there to play. And my coach was like, man, we about to red-shirt you. I'm like, all right, dang, I got to sit on the bench, you know what I'm saying? And figure out what I'm going to do this year. They're like, no, we're not about to redshirt you. Then they went back and said, we're going to redshirt you again. So they did this twice. They went back and forth. So then they finally like, all right, we're not going to redshirt you. So the only thing I was doing my freshman year was playing gunner on punt team. And you go back and pull that tape, I probably had 2 tackles every game playing gunner.
Wow.
Like, this what they gonna want me to do. That's how they gonna burn the year. I'm gonna make the most of it. I'm gonna maximize the most of it.
Absolutely.
And I actually didn't get to play on defense until the last game of the year. We played in the bowl game out in El Paso against UCLA, and that was a chance for me to put some good film on tape.
Mm-hmm.
And but pretty much that whole year, man, it was back to ground zero for me. You know, you hear a guy who's getting recruited out of high school, so much buzz around his name, and this can go for a lot of guys. And they tell you, hey, you're gonna play special teams. You probably never played special teams a day in your life in high school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it was humbling for me to try to figure it out. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? Why be denied? Why not put good film out there? You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Eventually, it's going to help boost you. You know, and even when you get to the next level, if you get that shot to go to the NFL, they want to see special teams. You know
Absolutely.
It don't matter. It don't matter unless you're a first round pick. They want to see special teams. So,
Yeah.
like I said, I took that year and just maximized it. And I remember, and I'm not boasting or nothing. I remember, you know, sometimes you out there playing gunner, you get single, you get double.
Yep.
I'm a freshman, and I'm getting 3 players on me blocking me, still getting down there making a tackle.
Wow.
So like I said, I just took that year.
Made the best of
I
it.
was mad.
Yeah.
I was mad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, I'm not playing on defense. You know what I'm saying? I gotta show them I can do something some type of way. But like I said, going to Virginia Tech that first year, it was a family place. It humbled me, and it brought me back to ground zero to push me to where I wanted to go now.
That's good stuff, man.
That's awesome, man.
And the crazy part about it, Chuck, it's this saying, right? Like when you said when you got there, you was like, damn, this is the country. And you're right, because it's a small, thin line as far as the distinction is concerned. It's a thin line when we talking Southern and country.
Right.
Western Tidewater, just my opinion, Western Tidewater is Southern.
Yeah.
Because there are little metropolitan pockets
Right.
in Western Tidewater, you know, downtown and you know, stuff
Right.
like that. But Blacksburg, Virginia, that's country.
Yes, sir. Southampton County.
Oh yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Man, it's so out there and remote that it's like,
Yeah.
when you get sent out there to play ball, anything basketball, football, it's like you really ain't got nothing to focus on but school. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Getting your body right and maximizing yourself. So really, that's all we really had was
Right.
just maximizing ourselves.
Right, and you did that, my man. You did that. So going into your second year up at Virginia Tech, you started playing a little bit more your sophomore year? I'm sure you started to get on the field a little bit more then, other than just special teams.
Yep. So my sophomore year, I worked my way into the rotation, started playing nickel and corner, and I was out there making plays. Like, I go back and I look at my stats from my sophomore year, and that's probably when I put up my biggest numbers, honestly. But
Wow.
they say that spring ball, when you finish your freshman year, going into your sophomore year, that's when you make the biggest jump.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I could tell because I just could tell because I started learning the game so much differently. My DB coach there at the time, T. Gray, he was teaching me football in a way I had never taught, and I had been taught, and I was just soaking it in because I was liking it because I'm like, man, I ain't never learned the game like this as far as seeing splits or seeing a formation.
Right.
You know, back in high school, your
Personnels.
first year, yeah, exactly. So, like, you know what I'm saying, guys in high school, they learning off of raw talent, raw instinct.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I get there, I'm going into my first spring ball, and I'm like, man, I'm seeing the game in a so different way. So my second year, my sophomore year, I took it and I ran with it. I'm talking about stats through the roof out of all my years there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, because you definitely, your stats definitely went through the roof your second year, man. And, you know, fast forward in a little bit, I remember like it was yesterday. That, I don't know, was your senior year or your junior year? That interception against Ohio State that put you guys over to beat Ohio State, that was a huge moment, not just for Virginia Tech. I'm talking for the Tidewater. I'm talking for the Southeastern District. I'm talking for the city of Suffolk.
That was front page news down here.
Yo, that was huge, Chuck.
That was
Huge,
front
man.
page news.
How did that feel, though?
Oh, man, that game was crazy because just seeing LeBron at that game, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you never really seen nobody like to be starstruck or nothing, but just seeing LeBron at that game before the game on the sideline, You know what I'm saying? The stadium packed out 100,000 folks.
That's crazy.
It's no seat. You know what I'm saying? You looking around, it's loud. You can't hear the dudes on your team already on the field.
Right.
And just like the feeling that we went in with it, we have been studying for them all through the summertime. Everything they run. Whoever we was going to get. We was going to get Cardell Jones, Braxton Miller. We didn't know who we was going to get, but we were studying their whole thing. So we just had a feeling coming into that game. We like, man, we know we're gonna win it, and to get up out of there with a win, it was like the best feeling. It's like when you putting work into something, you finally get it.
Yeah,
man, it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, you right, and that's what we were just sitting, man. I'm talking about. I was clapping like I was 5 years old, Chuck. when you picked that ball off, man, because it was like it was two kind of. Maybe multiple emotions for certain people who actually played the game. It was just like, damn, it sent your mind back to when you was actually physically in that position.
Right.
And then it sent your mind back to, damn, I remember when he was doing this exact same thing at Kings Fort. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Coming through the line, getting them brown bags from cover 3.
The brown bags, you know what I'm saying?
Going to make plays.
It was crazy.
Brown badges get you right.
Hey, you already know, man.
Take you over the hump, man.
We just glad we were able to contribute a little bit, man, to that, man. So you have an amazing career at Virginia Tech, man. You go through, you set it ablaze, you making, the Western Tidewater proud. We tuning into all the games at Tech. Then you come to the end of your senior year. Well, because I know how it worked for me. I knew I was a step closer to my dream once my phone started ringing from all these different agents.
Right.
And I'm like, I finally pick an agent and I go off to train down in Alpharetta. How did that transition from, last game at Virginia Tech to preparing for the NFL Combine, agents, draft? How did that process go for you?
Pretty much the same, before my senior year, phone ringing, financial advisors, agents, and I was kind of putting them guys on the back burner, like, man, I want to focus on my team this year.
Right.
But I know that at the end of the day, my team, you know what I'm saying, we all going to go on and we're going to go our separate ways. So I knew I had to keep that relationship with those guys and respect them at the end of the day. But coming out, I was training. My agent, he telling me different things. Oh, you might go here, you might go there.
Yeah, I remember that.
And it's just all over the place, you know what I'm saying? Every day you're getting a different call from a different team. Like, man, why you called me? Y'all really didn't say nothing. You're not getting nothing. You know what I'm saying? So the draft day come, and I remember I'm at the house, and, man, my agent, I was talking to Marvin Lewis. He texted me the day of the draft.
Right.
Shout out to Coach Luke.
Shout out to Coach Luke.
Man, he told me he had 2 picks in the 3rd round. He was like, I'm planning on coming to get you by then. I'm like, all right, then. You know what I'm saying? They came and they went. I ain't get picked with either one. So the 3rd round fell past, 4th round, 5th round. I'm still sitting in the house, and I'm upset at this point.
Yeah, right. I remember those emotions too.
Right.
Man, I'm hot, but I mean, wasn't nobody more more upset than I was with my mom. She had left out the house, went outside,
Yeah.
I could tell, and I was just trying to keep it cool. And
right.
So we you know what I'm saying, the day come, and then the end of the 5th round come, my agent, he called me, and he like, Philly about to draft you. So 215 number hit my phone. I pick it up. Hello. They're like, yeah, this the Eagles. Whatnot. Boom, and they hung up. So I look at the TV, I'm like, damn, what just happened?
Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
And so, yeah, I'm confused. I look at the bottom of the screen, and they ended up drafting a safety from Nebraska. And so I'm like, dang, it just threw me, had messed me up again. So I'm like, man, waited all this time, boom, to actually get on the phone call. But then right with the next pick of the start of the 6th round, my agent called me back. He's like, look, Ozzie knew somebody to call you. He's a good guy. They're going to draft you for real. I'm not playing.
Right.
And sure enough, Ozzie called me. He's like, yeah, we do drafting, you know what I'm saying? We like you. And that was pretty much that. He's just on the phone call, talking, and they chopping it up with me. But finally getting me there and being able to feel people in person and whatnot.
Right.
And it was like a whole nother going back to ground zero.
Yeah.
Right.
Humbling thing and being appreciative. Like, man, they ain't let me go undrafted, you know what I'm saying? They got me, so they respect me.
They
and
respect you.
Yeah.
I think that was the most gratifying feeling for me too, Chuck. That's why, only right now, and I know you're still in your current career, but the only two teams I cheer for, man, like I love the NFL. I love what that shield has been able to do for me and my family. But the only two teams I cheer for are the Redskins and the Bengals because those are the teams that took a chance on Greg Scott. You know what I'm saying? So I can totally, respect how you feel like wanting to go there and show appreciation to them for like, man, because you could have let me go by and pick somebody else, but you saw something in Greg Scott. You saw something in Chuck Clark to make them want to. Because I know when I saw, the Washington Redskins have drafted Greg Scott with the 234th pick of the seventh round, man, I can't even explain to you the emotions I felt going across. Because like you, was pissed off, because
they done told y'all this and told you that.
Fourth, this, that, but then once you get that call, I immediately felt that emotion like, man, all of this work that I have put into this. Right. I got a little glimmer of hope. I still got work to do because I got to go make this team. But right now, today, man, I'm thankful because they could have called somebody else's name. It's only 250 of them guys that get their name called every year. And to be one of them guys, I was like, man, hey, this is a blessing, man. So I know you had a spike in your emotions after getting off that phone with Mr. Newsom, man. Whom I have heard amazing things about who's going to go
absolutely
into the Hall
he going
of Fame
down
for some of the picks, because all of his guys he picked, man, usually are that deal. So to say that Ozzie Newsome called Chuck Clark and be like, hey, we want to bring you to Baltimore, that speaks volumes about you, young man.
Exactly. And then, with the experience, like you guys said, man, your name keep dropping. Your agent is telling you this and
telling you that.
Yeah, telling you that you got to go here, you got to go third, fourth, fifth. And you also have individuals out there, like myself. Right. You guys had a opportunity that only 250 people have per year.
Right.
Myself, undrafted, free agent, still got an opportunity
to carry that thing
on to the next level. But the thing is that you guys had that I basically say, I can just imagine the bottle of emotions that you guys went through. Because I already know I wasn't getting drafted.
Right.
I already knew that. So for me, it was just like, all right, you got three teams to choose from.
Right.
Carolina, Green Bay, and the Jets.
Right.
I went to Carolina.
Right.
But the experience that you guys had was a total different experience when we talking to undrafted free agents. So I respect the fact that you guys was one of those 250 people because people don't understand, how that actually works.
Right.
But when you talking thousands
of people
every year in this class, in this only 250 people can say this particular season, I was one of those.
I was an NFL draft pick.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? That was crazy.
That is crazy.
So that's where that 1% really come out.
Exactly. That's where it comes out, right?
So, and I know I'm forever thankful for that. Not to say that it's a big difference because people fail to realize whether you get drafted or you make it as a free agent, you still got to get there and work your ass off and make that team. It doesn't stop there. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't stop there.
Yes.
You see,
and just like you said, when you got that phone call, you know what I'm saying, you got that feeling like, all right, I feel great, I feel good, but then the next day, it's like I'm back to work.
Ground zero. Ground zero.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a late round draft pick, or I'm a undrafted guy, so I gotta go get it out the mud, and I gotta show these guys like what I can do, And just a little story right here, piggybacking on that. I get there with all my draft class, and I'm the last draft pick. So, coach, we all in there, all the rookies, undrafted and drafted. He tell everybody, if you want drafted, leave out the room real quick. I'm about to talk to y'all. So I'm right there with all the draft picks. He tell Marlon, he's like, all right, Marlon, you first round pick, you're gonna play. Boom. Tyus, you second round pick, you about to play. Third round, same thing. Like, all right, we kind of figuring out. He get to me and he is like, all right, Chuck, you might not even make this team, to be honest with you, unless you're doing something on special teams. I don't even think you're gonna be here too long. And in that moment, I felt hurt because I was sitting in front of other guys and he told me.
Right.
But then looking back on it, I feel good. I really appreciate that because he kept it real with me in front of those other guys. And that really drove me and pushed me going to that camp and that preseason.
Because I remember Chuck Clark, and I can imagine what went through your mind when he told you that, because I know what would have went through my mind if he told me that. Bullshit.
Oh, man.
I'm gonna be here,
exactly.
bro.
I'm
You
gonna
know
be
what I'm
here.
saying?
Exactly.
I'm gonna be here. You don't know what's burning inside me.
Yeah.
I might not be here 12, 13 years, but goddamn it, I ain't going nowhere this year.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
No other option
Exactly.
but this
Yeah.
option.
And simply because you just told me that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
I gotta prove you wrong.
And that
Exactly.
for the piggyback for what you just said, Greg, is so crazy because that's the mentality from where we come from. Because all our life, think about it. You guys come from a small city or a small school.
Yeah.
You man, people don't make it from here. Listen, I don't know what you did
Right.
in your life, but at the end of the day,
Right.
this is it.
Right.
Period. And when I'm done with this,
Yep.
then I can move on, to plan B. But until this,
Exactly.
this is plan A. Is no, well, you need something to fall back on. I'm gonna fall back on that field.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
That's it. So,
Yep.
at the end of the day, that's basically all of our mentality coming from where we come from.
Right. Exactly.
So
you got to go out there and get it. So you go out there.
Yep.
You got to prove yourself. You got to go make the squad out there in Baltimore. Tell us about that, man. What was that experience like? I know you because I know I was a little starstruck. I walked in, I see Champ Bailey,
Uncle Bruce and that,
Bruce Smith, Jeremiah Trouter, Jesse Armstead,
Right.
Stephen Davis. All these guys are in the locker room, and I'm like, look at this little ass kid from Hampton University in this building with these guys,
with
man.
them
So
guys.
what was that experience like for you, Chuck? Finally getting there and then
Man.
realize you're one of the guys now.
Right.
It was the same thing for real. Like I said, starstruck. I come in there to real subs.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Eric Weddle.
Yeah.
Darius Webb. You know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
seeing these guys. I'm what you see when you pull up, you see everybody car outside.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Who's driving what. And I'm like, man, I'm in this locker room with these dudes. I know my word ain't going to carry too much on what I say. But I'm like, I know my actions on the field, proving to them what I can do in the field, in the weight room,
Yep.
in the film room, what I can do can earn these guys respect.
Yeah.
And going into that, I remember into that training camp, I was making plays. I'm talking about coming from the opposite side of the field, catching picks.
Wow.
And at the end of the day, when we after a day of practice and training camp, everybody in the room, we got the film up, and Terrell Suggs sat right behind me. And so the whole meeting, he talk out, he say what he want to say.
Right.
I'm talking about any word you can think of, he's saying it out loud. Like, don't care. So we showing all the good plays and the bad plays, and I probably done caught about 2 or 3 picks at this time.
Wow.
And this last one I catch, I coming from the other side of the field. The quarterback tried to lure me off. It's a rainy day. I just take off right to the numbers on the other side. I pick it and I'm sliding, and Suggs he's like Chuck Reed, talking about Ed Reed basically.
Right.
Wow.
Right. Yeah.
And then that's when everybody started picking on. They started talking to me more.
Wow.
I'm going into my rookie year, and I know, like, on the depth chart, I got what is it, $18 million in front of me and like $12 million in front of me at both safety positions. So I'm like, all right, but I'm gonna earn this money like playing special teams. I done did this before my freshman year at Tech. So
Yep.
I'm gonna do it,
Yep.
So I'm out here. I'm blocking guys on kickoff return. They never did that.
Right.
But I mean, hey, if y'all want to 465 for a year to do that, I'm gonna do it.
Damn right.
Exactly.
Damn right.
Damn right. For
Yeah.
that 465,
Exactly.
I'm gonna block this guy.
Damn right.
Exactly. So I'm just, I'm saying, my freshman, my rookie year, back to special teams just like I was at Tech, and I wasn't mad with it this time because I'm like, man, I'm getting paid to do this.
Right.
I'm doing what I wanted to do. This is always what I've wanted to do.
Yep.
And I can just take this and maximize this and run with it so much more. And just hearing the feedback from different guys, they're like, man, you gonna play in this league one day when you get your shot.
Right.
So I think that was my takeaway from my rookie year for real.
Man.
That's awesome, man.
Hell yeah,
I know
man.
it felt good to hear that,
Mm-hmm.
man. And then so you go out there, you end up getting the starting job. You out there, you're doing your thing. We get to see you on TV every Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I had a chance to experience that at a minor scale myself. People see me, score touchdowns, blah, blah, blah. But Chuck, you had something that happened to you that a lot of men never get a chance to see. And I was one of them, you play through your rookie contract or whatsoever, then I never got a chance. And we're not going to go into details because the ESPN do enough of that. But tell me about February 10th, 2020. I need to know what that felt like. Tell me about February 10th, 2020, my man.
Yeah, so me and my agent, when the end of my third year came around, we knew what position we was in because we had been fighting for that since my rookie year.
Mm-hmm.
Rookie year, I just broke that down. My second year, I get thrown out there, and when the starters go down, okay, I get in the game, catching picks against Mahomes and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Third year roll around, same thing happens. So I get thrown in that main role. So the end of my third year comes, my agent like, listen, they might try to extend you early, and we'll take that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Instead of waiting a year for it. And he's like, we'll take that year 3. But you know what I'm saying? In a couple of years, we coming right back. We're not finna play this whole thing out. But
right.
Man, just going back to last year, I knew it was coming because, like I said, at the end of the season, my agent, he telling me, he like, all right, this was about to be. You know what I'm saying? We gonna take this on the table right now. But man, it was just one of those things like, man, so many guys don't even get to make it to that second contract.
Absolutely.
You know don't even see it.
Absolutely.
And coming from where my story of where I came through in the league, you know what I'm saying? Just to get to that point, go from the shit was crazy, man.
Yeah.
Like you go look at my third year, week 5 roll around. I'm still a special teams player. I'm still a special teams player. Boom. One guy get hurt. In a matter of a week, I take over the defense. I take over the microphone set. You know what I'm saying? And I'm running it.
Right.
And it was just like it was crazy because that whole year we end up 14-2.
Wow.
So I'm rolling with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I'm rolling with the fact that we winning a bunch of games. I'm not going off the fact that, like, man, look, when this year started, you was in a whole different position.
Yep.
They looked at you so different.
Yep.
But now, coming to the end of the season, you that guy on defense, they respect you in a whole different light.
Mm-hmm. I know that's a hell of a feeling, man. I know that's a hell of a See, I never had that feeling, Chuck. I never led the defense. I was always a small guy on the totem pole. But for you to rise up the charts and get the respect of an entire organization.
Yeah. That's
man,
big.
I know, and look, bro, I'm trying to tell you, I know your heart. I know you walked around with your chest out, like beating on you like King Kong.
Man.
Got shit on me.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's a wonderful feeling, man, and not a lot of people get to experience that, man. So then they extend you. You know, I remember when I saw it on the news, and I was like, I ain't gonna even lie to you, Chuck. I reverted back to the day I saw you at Kings Fort, the very first day that Brian Potts, my man BP, introduced me to you. And he told me, he said, Greg Scott, this man is going to go places. And I remember watching you that day at practice. And I remember going to tell Brian Potts, like, hey, you not lying.
You right about that because you seen it. You seen
it was different.
Yeah.
What you got to do your third year in Baltimore, you were doing that as a freshman and a sophomore at Kings Fort High School or AAA High School. And I was like, man, so when I remember the day I saw it on ESPN, I was like, I ain't gonna lie to you, it felt like I got paid. I was so happy for you, man, because I remember seeing what you went through, the work that you put in. So, man, I was extremely happy for you, man, and nobody is more deserving of that. And I hope that you get a chance to go through this one and strike their ass again.
Strike them again.
You already know what it's talking about.
Exactly.
I hope you get to strike them again.
Even more.
That's right, man. That's right. Go back for more. So in that's a true testament at the end of the day. Now, when we talking a journey, man, certain things that you know that's supposed to happen. So from all of our culture shock people that's tuning in, you know, you heard it from the beginning, and now you're hearing it from up until present. His entire journey, he had to work. He had to work. So, hard work hasn't killed nobody.
Yeah.
You know, and people forget in athletics, work is an actual talent.
Yeah.
Hard work is an actual talent because some people try to get over with the athleticism.
Yeah.
But they don't work, so it doesn't go together.
Right.
So Chuck has been a testimony. And is a walking testimony, and at the end of the day, whether he knows it or not, like he's a true living legend.
Yeah, he's a living legend.
And I'm gonna tell you, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you, straight, from us to you, man. You are a living legend because people don't get the opportunity. First of all, from where we come from, people don't get that opportunity, and then once you got the opportunity, you seize the moment. And now, like you just said, you control the entire defense.
Yes, sir.
Like that alone because again, let's just be honest, Baltimore, over the course of their organization's history, has been known for defense.
Yes, sir.
Not taking nothing away from the offensive side of the ball, because right now, currently, you
Nah,
guys have a great offense as well. A great offense,
Yeah.
with a, amazing quarterback, because I love, Lamar, man. I love that dude. I talk about that dude all the time.
Yeah.
But,
Right.
Yes, sir.
y'all defense, man, for you to control an entire side of the ball from a position of safety and being in a position that the organization is known for, that's y'all moniker, Baltimore defense.
Right.
So, man,
Yep.
I always take my hat off to you. Keep doing
Thank
what you're doing. You have a beautiful family. I'm proud of
Yes,
you.
sir. Beautiful family, man.
Keep making it move forward,
Appreciate
man.
that.
Keep pushing that needle, Chuck. We love you out here.
Yes,
Keep
sir.
making that thing work.
All love.
Chuck, before you go, man,
Yes, sir,
I want to ask you one more question about your NFL
Yeah, go
days.
ahead.
What the hell
ahead.
is it like trying to tackle my
Lamar.
man? My man out there in Tennessee.
Derrick Henry.
Yeah, what is it like trying to tackle? That dude is 6'3", 6'4", 250-some pounds, man, running the football.
That's crazy.
What's that like?
Man, I'm gonna give y'all the real answer when we get off this call. But the real, like from what people really think and what they see, man. You see a dude that come through that hole that big, and in that instant, you playing safety. You just like, man, how I'm gonna get him on the ground?
Yeah,
you can't think about
Gotta
it.
get this guy
You
on
just
the
gotta
ground.
go. You gotta go take your shot, or you gotta get to him before he get going. Honestly,
Right.
And that stiff arm. I know this year we played him in the first game. He broke through, and it was me and him. And I was like, the stiff arm coming. Just wait on it.
Yep.
You look stupid.
Yeah.
I baited. You know what I'm saying? Ran up on him, baited it a little bit. Let him throw it out there. All right, knock it down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We live to the next play.
That's right.
We live to the
No
next
doubt.
play and get him on the ground. For real. But I
Yeah.
mean, man, it's so many guys in the league that's like that. You could look at Derrick Henry. You could look at their receiver they got, AJ Brown.
A.J.
He got
Brown.
his running back playing receiver.
That's
Right.
true. That's
It's
true.
so many guys in the league, and that's what the game is doing. Getting guys with all body types and
Yeah.
Playing
what I'm saying,
different
they
positions.
can run strong, getting them in space. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
One on one, because the league it's a matchup league, and that's what this
Yeah.
game is all about.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. And that's why people can't see sometimes. You're like, damn, how did they lose against such and such, but they beat the hell out of such and such, which beats the team that
Matchup.
is all about matchups.
Matchups, man.
Yep, exactly.
Well, Charles Clark,
That's what
man,
it
I
is.
want to tell you, bro, from me, Xavier, Cover 3 Foundation, Culture Shock fans, we are, just so enthused about your success, bro. We
Yeah.
are so proud of you, man. Continue to stay healthy, my man,
Yeah.
and go out there and keep doing your thing, man, and make your family proud, man. Ken, I know that little baby girl of yours, man. I know she has no idea that her dad is a superstar, but one day she
Yeah.
will.
She's gonna
Just,
know.
keep that in the back of your mind, man. But
Yeah.
continue to do great things, man, and continue to be a hell of a culture shocker out here, man. You've always been an A+ kid, man, ever since the first day I met you.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people are proud of you, man, but I know me and Xavier here, man, and our Cover 3 family, we are just thrilled about your success and the things that you're doing, man.
Yeah.
And we pray for you every day, bro. So, man, continue to keep
Thank you, man.
doing great things, man. You always have a home here to come share your story,
Yeah.
man, whenever you want to hook up, man. So we look forward to seeing you, but again, thank you for taking the time to come kick it with us today, man.
Definitely.
I appreciate y'all having me for real. That's all love, man. Like I said, this was my first time really chopping it up and doing something with guys from either Suffolk, Franklin, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That Western Tidewater area, just being able to chop it up and get down and do something like this. I appreciate y'all having me, and I appreciate the movement that y'all are doing for real.
Thank you, man.
Likewise,
Appreciate you,
Chuck,
bro.
man. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Always stay true to yourself. Always stay humble, like you always are, and keep doing you, man, because what's gotten you here is everything that you've done.
Right.
So keep staying that way, keep staying consistent, man. Keep that work ethic, keep that drive, and take care of the baby, take care of the wife. Appreciate you.
Yeah,
No doubt, bro.
Sir.
All right, bro. I love you, man, and just keep working.
All right, definitely appreciate y'all.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Peace out, Chuck.
Oh my God, man. That was a hell of a interview with Chuck,
Yes,
man.
sir. Got personal because we actually know that brother, man.
Right.
So to see him flourish the way he has been
It's
dope,
huge, man.
It's been dope. So we're so proud of Chuck, guys, but I know we want to thank our sponsors.
Yeah, we
again,
want to
guys.
once again we want to shout out to Wall Street Cafe. Dominique Epps, man, listen, that's a great brother down there at 118 West Washington Street, downtown Suffolk, man. And they moniker is Black Excellence, Black Power, Black Business, and for all people. They said, come enjoy their amazing signature coffees, their frappuccinos, their smoothies, refreshments, refreshers, the sandwiches, the wraps, the wings, and they do not want you to forget about Queen's banana pudding.
Got to have that banana pudding.
Yes, and they said on top of all the great food, it's a great establishment to conduct business meetups for friends. Bring one or two. They have they monitor stocks. They have free investing classes, which is Forex Mondays and Real Estate Wednesdays. You can visit them at www.wallstreetcafeva.com.
Big shout outs, man, to the Wall Street Cafe doing amazing things down there.
Big shout out to them.
I can't wait to come down there and see you again, Mr. Epps. Check y'all out down there, see what's going on. But again, Wall Street Cafe out there. Suffolk is doing their things along with Cover 3 Foundation, Fighting Childhood Hunger, going on 12 years now. 3.5 million healthy meals and snacks served to Virginia kids and after-school programs, summer programs. So we're thrillingly proud about our staff here at Cover 3 and what we've been able to do with our movement against fighting childhood hunger.
Yep.
And check out that documentary, guys. We are out here on Tubi. Check out that wonderful documentary with some of the most precious people that have come through my life that we get to talk about the peaks and valleys of life, the peaks and valleys of my life, what we're doing now with philanthropy. Just an amazing documentary, guys. So make sure you guys check that thing out on Tubi, which is a streaming service that it's just amazing. We're thankful for the opportunity to share that platform.
Absolutely, man. And, just for all the Culture Shock fans, again, man, that's tuning in, with a story like Chuck Clark's story, people can tune in and see him on the field, number 36, the starting safety, the defensive play caller.
He's starting safety.
Yeah, the starting safety for the Baltimore Ravens, man. And they may think, that his journey was easy. They may think that his journey was basically given to him. They may think everything that's around him, all the success that he's obtaining right now, just came like out the blue. But this young man has worked his entire life. So we always want to make sure we shout out and put a spotlight on these particular individuals. And we just so happen to know him. We just so happen to, have a place in his heart. And we are grateful and thankful for that. And that's also a testament. And we're not trying to toot our own horns, but we're going to toot it right now because we're going to give ourselves flowers while we're here.
Right.
But that's a testament of, when you had your hands on Chuck, influence in this young man's life,
right?
From an early stage in his life.
Right.
And that's a true testament of, hey, if you do the right things, if you pay attention to your elders, if you respect your elders, especially if it's coming from individuals who's actually walked the path and walked the road that you're someday aspiring to go,
you'll get there.
You will get there. So, man, just kudos to everybody who helped in that young man's growth and development too. Because we can't, like I said, we can't leave out Coach Joe Jones. We can't leave out Coach Jesse. We can't leave out our boy Potts, Brian Potts.
Brian Potts. Shout out to B Potts.
Shout out to B Potts, man. So
Kings Fork High School,
man. Whoever taught him, whoever was a mentor of him, whoever educated him.
His awesome mom.
Shout out to moms,
dad.
too. Yeah, we can't forget moms.
Yeah, his dad, we had a chance to see all those people during our time at Kings Fork, and he had a great staff support. His younger sister.
Right.
So it's just a wonderful story, man, to see that guy work like that and get rewarded. So just lets you know, Culture Shock fans, hey, we constantly try to bring you people that had to walk through certain struggles.
Absolutely.
And some people think the road is always going to be, nice, smooth pavement. But every now and then you might have to run through a couple of those potholes.
There you go.
To get to where you want to get. So I think Chuck is a prime example of that story. And we're just thankful for him coming to kick it with us, Culture Shock people.
Yeah.
We're season 2. And we starting off with a bang.
And if you guys, again, want to visit the city that Chuck is from, man, make sure you stop by Wall Street Cafe at 118 West Washington Street in Suffolk, Virginia, man, and get all your needs taken care of and all your coffees, etc., your sandwiches and your wraps, man. Go down there, check them people out. They're good people down there. So if you're ever in the town or in the city that Chuck is from, make sure you go downtown Suffolk.
Great place to have business meetings, different things like that. So just go down there and check out Wall Street Cafe.
Go down there and check them out.
Dominique Epps, man, hey, we're proud of you, bro.
Proud of you, bro.
Keep doing your thing down there.
Absolutely.
So, Culture Shock people, we out.
We out.
You don't need no ticket to catch this flight.